Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and starting with the German mid-cap and going from wave 3 here as an A wave here, B wave here and a C wave here for wave 4. From B to C here we're looking for 5 waves, and we've got 1 and 2, and down for wave 3, wave 4, and we're looking down for wave 5 here. I still think there's a little bit more to go within all of this. I think I did have a little look at this on the tick chart here. Looking at this chart on the hourly chart and things, it's a little bit it's a little bit hard to read like that, you know, so that's why I've just gone straight to the tick chart here and try to understand it a little bit better. I think we're still heading lower here. I've gone through this here. It appears wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then down for 5 of 3 and 4 and 5. So we've still got a little bit more to play out here in terms of another drop, wave 4 and wave 5, maybe down to the 22 sort of area here. Okay, so with that in mind, just coming back to set it back on the daily chart here, back on to 200. So yeah, so kind of that's where we are, just looking for, we're close to a low here. And the odd thing is that you know, markets, when they got lows in place, they're normally dictated by other markets. The turn is normally dictated by other markets, so they don't always finish the way that we want them to. But there's no point in going long just yet. I mean, sure, we know that 23 here is part of group 1 in terms of the trading level, so major level here at 20,000, so TL2, and then 1, 2 and 3 here. We can always expect a bounce off this, which we have, and now it's sinking into it, so it can still show more support here before moving lower, and then we can certainly expect a bounce at 22. If it does reach that, the halfway mark there, 22,500 would be a nice move for that. And so look, in a nutshell, most of the other European markets are the same as this too. We're looking for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we've got 4 in. This move down here on a lot of the European markets, some of them I just can't get my head around, to be honest. Like the FTSE's been doing my head in a little bit, trying to get the right count down here. On the DAX coming down here, we can count it as a ending triangle pattern, which is probably a good fit. So in this case here, I've looked at wave 3 here, an A wave, up for the B wave. We can move that there. And then, I mean, this is just one way to count this, which would be 1 and 2 here, nice strong third wave, fourth wave, which does overlap wave 1, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this. I know that we could also put wave B over here as well, but we still need to, you know, look at it. But I kind of like this. Wave 3 here is actually longer than wave 1, so even though this is more time consuming, but wave 3 is more powerful, and then wave 4 and wave 5 to come down a little bit further. So we're on support here at 11,000, and the US markets have got support as well, especially from the Nasdaq side, where we're looking at Amazon sitting on, well, Nasdaq to start with is sitting on 6,500. Now it's a bit of an odd number, but it's what we call a medium level. It's halfway between 5,000 and 8,000. It's just the same as this one. Here's a medium level, 11,500, halfway between 10 and 13 here of major levels. So yeah, the Nasdaq is on good support, and backing that up, we've got Amazon at a medium level at 1,500. And we've also got Alphabet sitting on 1,000. So we've got some support in the background with all of these. So yeah, they may not finish the way we want them to. This particular move down through here, it has made a new low below here, so that's kind of sufficient. But I would like to see it lower, of course. So we just need to observe the bounce off the 11,000 in this particular case. So on the 4-hour chart here, we can look at it like this, as we have been. Wave 4 here, wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 here, and looking at wave 4. So I was looking at this. I mean, the other point for all of this really is that this can be counted down here in corrective patterns. So it's possible to have this here as probably unlikely, but having wave B here and having wave A here and where's wave C over here and wave 4 over here. So a more complicated correction could unfold here. I'm not too sure about that, but let's just go to the hourly chart and pick this up here. But we certainly, any more lows here, we can certainly go low here now that we're at the beginning of the week for that. So on the 1 hour chart and counting this down here, it can be counted wave 4 here as an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here. So ending triangle pattern. Wave 2, an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 3, and an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, as such. So yeah, so this little space in here. So one of the things that we can look at here is certainly being short by breaking new lows here, if that's going to be the case, okay? But otherwise we need to look for 5 waves up in this little C wave here. On the tick chart here, I think I've done a little bit, so it's opened stronger, yeah. So let me just, where are we? Units. So I was thinking of this low here on the 11,000 here, or close to it. I should put that, try to be as accurate as possible. So the bounce off the 11,000 here does appear to be in 5 waves here in terms of 1 and 2, nice strong third wave, 4th wave, and 5th wave here to make, I'm just calling it wave A. And then here an A and a B and a C. So it appears we've got 5 waves here, and then we've got this A, B, and C here. It's quite a nice, normal looking ABC here with another corrective move within here and finishing off with 5 waves here for wave C. So I was here before, so I can see that the market's opened here now from the morning session in Asia, and we're pushing higher here. So that's why I was sort of thinking up at the 11,300 here for from B to C up here, and looking for 5 waves up here. There should be a correlation between wave A's length and wave C's length as well. In terms of actually trading this though, this little push up through here, I can't draw on this side of the tick chart, so I'll have to draw on this side. So normally you would have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then there would be some sort of corrective move here and then a move up. So finding this first high here would be good, but also too, I can see that we've got wave 1 here, wave 2, then wave 1 and 2, and it's like a third wave pushing up through here. So it is moving quite strongly through that. Right, so just have a look at the Netherlands as well. So it's the same sort of count here for the AEX. So 1 and 2, and then all the way for the third wave, the 4th wave. We still haven't got a new low here for this, so I'm still looking for a new low to come in below here for this. So it's not, it doesn't seem quite finished just yet, whichever way we look at it. And the UK market, this one here is giving me a rough time as well. I really don't know the best way to count it. I've been looking at different ways, but we've got wave 3 here, wave 4 here, not a problem. And we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here. And we can have wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, or we can also have wave 3 sitting down here as well. I don't know the best scenario for this. But the reality is that there's no point in going long unless we've got 7,000 as support here. So because we're on this side of the fence, we need to be looking for short trades. If the market does push up here and find support, well, then we'll look for long trades, okay? And then we'll use the Elliott wave is great when it's, you know, when it's clear, and when it's clear, it's good for telling you the direction of the trend, you know, the 5 waves. But For all I know, we could still be stuck in this wave 4 here, you know, as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave coming up here for a wave 4 over here. It's possible. I just don't know. This is not looking good here for a 5 wave structure to the downside to finish this off here. So a bit of a bit of a rock and a hard place, really. So yeah, so I've got different wave counts trying to sort of understand this a little bit through here. So we did have a short trade set up here for the Friday. May not have held it over the weekend, also being the Cyber Friday or whatever they call it. So it does, this move down here does, let's just have a look at this on a tick chart here, see if I can just pin this out a little bit. Yes, well, if we were short here, we should get out of the trade here now that it's popped up above that. And the reason for that is because we could have used this as an A wave, a B wave, and 5 waves up here for a C wave. But now it's gone a bit further. So all of this here still can be an A wave and a B wave and a C. The other count for this is up for 1, back for 2, up for 1, and back for 2. It's either that, and we're going way up higher, or we've just got an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, which is going to peter out just about here somewhere, and then move down from that point there. So, yeah, just not quite sure about that. So I'm just going to wait and see how the US session goes. Have a look at the US video to see what support and pressure is in and around the place there. So for the Italian MIB as well, we've been looking at this as a wave 4 up here, and I've kind of got the US count on this, where we've got 5 waves down here as wave 1 and back for wave 2, down for wave 1 and back for wave 2. I mean, I'm okay with that count. And in that instance there, then we can look at from this point here to this low here. The 61.8% is on this high here, so that's why I'm putting this stop here just above here. We do need to protect what we've got here now with these, because I know there's some support, you know, as I mentioned, there's support in Amazon and Google Alphabet. I don't know how that support's going to play out though, you know, what type of bounce we're going to get off that, and will we just sort of sink into it. But I do know that any short trades we've got on now, we need to tighten up the stops and look after what we've got, and then we'll make some more decisions. So yeah, so for the Italian MIB, we'll certainly put a stop here, and also too, it's just above this number here to the 18.8, because if it's going to fail, this is where it's going to fail from, you know, on this trend line here, which you could probably adjust a bit, but still 18,800 is a nice resistance level that we can use. And like I said, if the US markets do roll down further, then we can be short on these European markets from their last lows. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.